You are now witnessing an exclusive episode on the Inner's Corner podcast. You guys already know who it is. I am your host, Todd Finney. In the building with me, I have some very special guests. Please welcome back former professional boxing champion, heavyweight boxer Owen. What the heck, Beck? Owen, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Ty. I'm doing really good, man. I can't complain. I'm above ground. So, hey, you're looking at it, man. You're looking at God's blessing.
All right, it's good to hear. And on the bottom, I have holistic health coach Ron Oliver. Ron, how you doing?
Doing awesome. How you doing, Ty?
I'm doing
How's he
great.
doing, Owen?
Good, man. Doing good, Ron.
All right. So we talked about this for some time. Ron, I'm gonna start with you. Like, tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Well, I've been working in the health and fitness industry for the last 34 years. I'm 57 years old, and I've basically dedicated my life to this work, health and fitness, and helping people optimize their health, their lives, and achieve, all their goals. And I learned long ago that the holistic approach to becoming healthy and fit is the superior way. I mean, there's over 180 peer-reviewed studies that prove that natural immunity trumps everything else, for example, right? So I believe in the whole natural approach. I believe in hydration and assisting all the systems of elimination in our bodies to completely evacuate all toxins and to live a life in homeostasis where you have no nutritional deficiencies. Your hormones are optimal. Your biochemistry is optimal. Your microbiome in your gut, your digestive system, elimination systems, everything's working perfectly. And you don't have any nutritional deficiencies, giving your body everything it needs and maintaining this on a daily basis so you can become your best. And there's many studies that prove that our gut health affects the health of every system in the body, including our brain, right? So it doesn't just affect your physical performance. It affects your health mentally and emotionally, your moods. And there's lots of studies that prove that gut health literally affects the way you decide and make decisions, So, that being said, I had the privilege of meeting Owen Beck about a year and a half ago. We became friends. I'm a huge boxing fan. And, we got to know each other. He attended many of my Zooms where I was explaining what I teach to my clients to different groups. And then what happened was he ended up coming up here last December, early in the month. And we went to work on, reversing his biological clock so we could transform Owen Beck from being the what the heck Beck to Buff Beck, the younger man, and worked out pretty good. How you feeling, Owen?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling blessed. Like I said, if I'm feeling better right now, I'll be, flying around the equator like Superman right now, saving lives. So,
All right. So Owen, like, tell us, like, what was going on, like, with your health. You were sick for a long time. Tell us what was going on with your health. How you met Ron. The drive to his home and what he did for you. Like, tell us everything about that.
well, to say like this, I met Ron through another friend of mine who, we just happened to get on the path of health, and he introduced me to Ron, and after that first introduction, the rest was history. So, we go on, we talk for about a year and a half. I attended, a bunch of his, Zoom meetings, and just seeing all the things and hear things I've never heard before, especially in the health business, as far as your health goes, as far as your life goes, and all that good stuff. So that point, I just decided, hey, this is something I'm looking for. This might be something that really can put me back to where I need to be or where I once was, maybe better. And at this point, I feel like I am feeling a lot better, thinking a lot better than I was when I was in my early 20s or even in my teens. So I'm thinking, everything is, everything is working a lot better than they used to work. So, hey, there's not much to say about that. You know, what I'm doing and what Ronald, the process that Ronald brought me through over, the period of time that I've known him is just works just perfect. Works just perfect. You're talking about 33 years boxing. You know what's going on: concussion, brain trauma. And the list just continuously go. Over and over and over. Those lists keeps adding up, and you know, thousands and thousands of rounds. Whether it was in sparring, whether I was doing martial arts, whether I was playing soccer, whether I was playing football, whether I was playing cricket, running track and field, everything just happened. And now, what can I say? You
Uh,
know,
right. So like tell us like when you decided to drive the Rons home.
oh man, when I dropped around home, it was rough. That was like a rough deal. Like it should have never happened, but it did. um, First, my 6 year old, my youngest started school last year. When he started school, don't know what really happened, whether it was, virus, COVID, don't know whatever it was. I know I went to Canada coughing my head off. I mean, I had cough drop all the way to Canada, you know, and it just did not work one bit. So I didn't. I made it to Windsor after across the Michigan borderline, and I wasn't able to finish the rest of the trip. It was like 14, 15 hour drive, and I could only do it in one half of the day. I could only do it in 24 hours. The next day I jump up and I made the trip in and got to run, and everything else, the rest was history. Doing blood analysis and all that good stuff. And those are just stuff that we're trying to enlighten people into. Not giving out all the stuff that we're doing right now. But I just want fighters to know that, hey, this, if you are dealing with problems, concussion, brain trauma, just name it, high blood pressure, you know, we need to be talking. We need to be talking.
So Ron, when Owen arrived to your home, like tell us like the condition you noticed he was in, and like what did you do for him, and like tell us about all that.
Yeah, so he was definitely very sick with some type of infectious agent, probably a virus. He did have many of the symptoms of what people were calling COVID, and he almost didn't make it up because he was so sick. And I just told him, because you're this sick, it's exactly why you need to show up. I know what to do about this problem you have, right? And he picked it up from his childhood, picked it up from school. And, when you're a father, you're not going to deny your child, hugs and kisses when they're little. So he's got his kid up in his face, and it just took a few days. And then Owen got it, right? And Owen had a compromised immune system. At the end of the day, guys, immune system means what it says. It's a system designed to make us immune. And if anyone out there is getting sick, that means your immune system's compromised. But I happen to be studying the immune system for my whole life since I was a young boy. My mom was teaching me about natural immunity. So we went to work initially just to eliminate this infectious agent in his body. That took 48 hours. And then we went into our original plan, which was to start eliminating all the toxins that have accumulated in his body over his lifetime, which is making people feel old and tired, making people fat and sick, and it's making people age prematurely. So it's really all about hydrate, detoxify, and eliminate nutritional deficiencies, right? It's super simple. But what we do is we do a live blood morphology test so we can analyze the blood of our individual clients, so we can design a detoxification protocol specific to their current health situation. We're looking at their blood real time. And you know, how do you scare an ex-Navy SEAL black man from Jamaica who's a 32-year professional fighter? You show him his blood. That's the only way, you know, because you ain't going to scare this guy. You know, he's already faced death. He's faced people trying to kill him with knives and guns. You ain't going to scare Owen. He's been in the ring with Mike Tyson. He ain't going to scare this guy. But when I saw him look at his own blood, he was concerned, right? And I was happy he showed up. And then we went to work on detoxifying him, as I said. And within just the first 2 weeks he was here, I did a fitness assessment on him after we eliminated the illness that he had. And, you know, he wasn't training like he used to, right? He's a retired boxer. And so we saw a 500% increase in anaerobic endurance in the first 2 weeks from the day we first tested him 2 weeks later. And so that's pretty amazing. I mean, anyone out there would be happy to have that increase in a year. We did it in 2 weeks. Then within 4 months, he's doing the impossible at 48 years old. He's sparring 30 young fighters in a row without even a water break. That's 30 rounds. That's 90 minutes of straight punching young kids, one fresh fighter after the other. You know, his own students that, of course, they're not going to let up and go easy on him. They're trying to prove themselves to him, right? And he's not going to back off. He ain't going to let him win, right? He's the coach. But how incredible is it a 48-year-old man, just 4 months after I met him, can actually do that much boxing in a row without a water break? Wow. That's incredible. I would challenge any fighter in the world. I want to see you do it. I want to see you spar 30 guys in a row, 3-minute rounds for 90 minutes without a break. No water, no rest, nothing. I'll challenge any fighter. I want to see it. It can't be done unless you've already successfully hydrated your body to cellular level, got a ton of toxins out your body, and you've eliminated nutritional deficiencies, and you get your body functioning at homeostasis. There's no other way to do it. You know, you can't expect a Ferrari to race around the track like it's supposed to if it isn't well tuned up and running perfectly. And that's what we were able to do with Owen Beck in just 4 months. And now it's been a little longer. And, you know, he don't look 48, does he?
No.
He don't feel 48. Maybe we should ask his wife, how old does Owen feel? She's the one touching him, right?
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, so like so tell us like what you noticed in his blood.
Oh man, it was a hot mess. In fact, I'll share you the link. You can post it below the video. Right. And I would just encourage people to watch this 3-minute video. My son explains what you're looking at on the left. That was Owen's blood from day one. And then just 12 days later, how much we were able to clean it up. And it's miraculous. It just goes to show what the body's capable of. The protocols I was taught by my mentors are phenomenally powerful, and they just deal with whatever mess we're dealing with. But his blood was very toxic. It was enough to make him alarmed. It made me alarmed. In fact, I showed it to 3 doctors after we first took the analysis, and we were looking at it because I wanted some other opinions. And all 3 of them said they were freaked out about his blood, and they didn't think he was going to survive the year. Some said he wasn't going to make it till Christmas, and this was December 6th. Like, it was bad. You know, it had me freaked out because I love Owen Beck. He's a great man. He's become a good friend of mine. So I was very concerned, and I was very pleased that he was at my house. And he had these doctors tell him this. I introduced him to, well, 2 of them I introduced Owen to, and one Owen introduced me to. And one of them said they didn't think, he was going to make it literally to celebrate Christmas with his family. Imagine hearing that from a doctor who's 76 years old and very wise and knows what he's talking about. And it was confirming what I was believing from looking at his blood. And so that being said, that highly motivated Owen and I to really work hard on cleaning up his blood fast because it was go time. There was no time to fool around. It was very serious. He wouldn't even be here. All 3 doctors said he wouldn't be here if he hadn't have come to my house. We hadn't have done what we did. So I'm very grateful I got the privilege of becoming friends with Owen Beck. I'm a huge fan of sports, MMA, especially boxing, because I know what these fighters go through. I've had the privilege of training lots of fighters in my career, and it's the most fun because they're the most badass warriors on the planet. The only ones that compare would be like Navy SEALs, Green Berets, Special Forces guys. Some of the SWAT guys are pretty amazingly talented human beings too, with their ability to endure and just there's no quit in these people. So we did a radical detox with Owen. 99% of people would never do it. It's too hard. Most people would want to do what we accomplished with Owen in about 3 to 6 months. But Owen is a true warrior. He was highly motivated, as was I, to clean this up fast because there ain't no way I'm going to watch my friend die, right? So we went hardcore, 12 hours a day detoxifying for 12 days. Talking 144 hours of detoxing in 12 days. Like I said, 99% of people would not be willing to go through it because it was not fun. It was not easy. It was hard work because he had to push out all that poison in record time. So it didn't feel wonderful, but it was worth it, wasn't it, Owen?
Oh yeah, I mean, like I'll say, I was ready. So
Absolutely.
when I made the drive by, basically just say, I'm all in. Let's do it.
Absolutely.
All
You
right.
get
So yeah, so Owen, like tell us like once you finish everything with Ron, like tell us like how you're feeling today, like the things you're doing in the gym. Like tell us about all that.
man. All right. So going through the process was tough, but nothing that I've not I can't deal with or never dealt with. You know, I'm just all macho. There's no quitting my game. There's no giving up. I told Ron from the get go, let's go hard. I'm not here to be baby. I'm here to go through this thing like you go full force, you know. And he's like, well, I tell you what, we'll go radical at it. And I said, let's go, let's do it. So there was no turning back. There's no backing out. There was no, oh, I don't feel good today. My shoulder hurts. No, it was just like, hey, let's get the business. Let's get it done. I'm here to get myself together. I'm here to get right, get ready. I'm ready to show the world, hey, there's another way. There's a new way. And I found a new way of doing it. And you know what? You hear it. You both can understand me, and I'm pretty sure everybody that will be watching this will able to say they can understand me because before they couldn't. And basically, my the Jamaican accent has always been an issue there. Oh no, I didn't believe none of that. So here it is. You're hearing it from me. I've done something that no other fighter, maybe no other man on the planet will do. You know, not saying Ron wouldn't do it. I'm not talking about you, Ron. You're not included. But no other fighter, would do or no other human being in a contact sport would possibly do right now. And I did just say, hey, let's go, let's go. I'm ready for the task. So you see it. I'm feeling, like young 22-year-old. I feel that when I can say it, and at 48, I don't know if I feel any better. Like I said, man, I'll be flying around the globe doing things, like Superman. But right now I'm thinking about possibly another comeback. Maybe an exhibition this year, later this year. Might want to do it in Jamaica or somewhere here in the States. I don't know, but I'm ready to throw it down and show people that there's another way to life, man, and it's holistic health and fitness.
Uh,
As a
so,
matter of fact, just reminded me of something, Owen. When you first came here, that first hour you're at the house, we're doing the live blood analysis. When I stepped out the room and I was talking with my son, and Owen was waiting in the office for us, we were talking about his blood. And my son says to me, "Dad, has Owen been drinking?" I'm like, "No, son, he don't drink." He goes, "Are you sure, Dad? I think he's been drinking on the way up." I said, "No, son." He goes, "Well, what's wrong with him?" I said, "Son, he's a world champion heavyweight boxer. He's been hit more times in the head than you can imagine, all the thousands and thousands of rounds. He's got brain damage, son." And my son had never met a man with brain damage before like this, right? So the only thing his brain went to was he must have been drinking because he was slurring his words, right? And it was very difficult to understand Owen, not because he's not very intelligent. He just literally had brain damage. And you try, I challenge anyone, go out there, let Mike Tyson punch you in the head a few times, see how that feels. It's going to give you brain damage. Our brains ain't supposed to be bouncing around inside the skull. Brain ain't designed for that. So the most amazing thing, yeah, he looks 15 years younger. He feels 22 again. But the most amazing thing to me is the tremendous ability of his body to heal its brain. The way he's communicating right now, it's night and day what was before. And that to me is the most important thing because, your mental health, if you don't have a healthy brain, you're going to struggle in life doing anything.
Oh yeah, I remember doing some. I remember an interview you sent me, Ron, that I listened to, and I'm like, wow, that's me.
Yeah.
Good Lord, something's wrong with that kid.
Oh, yeah.
But that has all changed over the years, man. Over the period of time, So I just can't say, hey, we have come this far to turn back now. If somebody hear me a year or two, a year and a half ago, to comparison to what I sound like right now and what I'm going through, and all the way I'm feeling and how good I felt, hey, they would be, taking this challenge themselves if they're able to accept the challenge.
so like once this video is uploaded, like we can share the link, Ron, for Owen's blood. Is there anything else you guys want to add or you want to talk about like before we end it?
What would you say to all the fighters out there, Owen Beck, the retired boxers, MMA fighters, football players who have had brain trauma, severe brain injuries from their sport, giving up their health to make the money and achieve the goal of a champion?
Well, I've talked to people, I've talked to a lot of these guys before, and they just go on to just want to know what this whole thing is all about, and I try to explain some of it to them, but at the same time, like I said, guys, if you're up for a challenge, if you're up to doing something for you, for your health, I'm talking boxers, MMA, competitors, football players, anybody in the contact sport. If you're really up for the challenge, you really need to look into this. You really need to look at your life. Do you want? I say this much. How much do your, how much do you cherish yourself, your health? How much do you? How much? How do you love yourself? How much do you love yourself? Do yourself love yourself that well enough to say, you know what? Hey, I gotta fix me for my family, my loved ones, the people who love me. That's where I want to take it to at first and say, hey, there's another way to get that back. Now I'm at a point now to where I see, you know what? I really want to step back in there just for that one time, just to show people that can be reversed. Your age is just a number.
Absolutely.
Your life cycle, the cycle that you live, can be reversed. And that's what has happened here with me. Now, like I said, at some point, I couldn't even, I don't even want to listen to myself on a recording because it sounds like I'm just mumbling. Now I'm talking to people. I'm telling them, hey, look at me. I'm a commodity. I'm a product of the I'm a product of the product. Look at it. Let's take it real and look at life and say we're here to live, see 100, 150 years old. Hey, I want to live to be 200, 300 years old. I want to see how I feel. Then I want to see if I can, go in the ring and spar with 30 people at 300 years old. That's my challenge, right? I don't know if I was sparring 30 people when I was even 18 years old. Heck, I didn't even do that. And there was a bunch of us in England, when I was trained by Brendan Ingle, John Nelson, all the guys. There was a bunch of us in the ring sparring each other every day. That I didn't feel this good back then either. And that was in the 90s, the late 90s. So there you go. If that means anything.
Right. So like what Ron done with you is definitely a testimony. So like we're all on social media. Like Ron, like what's the best way like anybody wanted to get in contact with you like after listening to this video? Like what's the best way?
Just go to my website, elitedynamiclife.com, elitedynamiclife.com. Just fill out the contact form and shoot me a message and leave me your number and email and I'll get to you.
All right.
And I just want to leave everybody listening to this little few words, How many toxins do you think you breathed in? How many toxins do you think you've consumed through drinking and eating in your lifetime? And what do you think that's doing to your body? It's accumulating in your body. It's causing premature aging and it's causing inflammation. It's causing disease. It's causing degeneration. And if you are willing to learn how to assist your body to eliminate all the microplastics and chemicals and metals and undigested food and the parasites and all the things that don't belong in your body and eliminate all the nutritional deficiencies. If you're willing to learn how to become disciplined so you actually take care of your body, you can feel amazing again at any age. What would you do if you only knew you were going to have one automobile your whole life? Would you take good care of it? You were given one body. And if you're living in Canada or United States, you've been drinking and eating a lot of garbage that's sold in the stores, and it has made you far from healthy. And if you don't get that out of your body, you're never going to achieve the health you want. You can't just eat healthy today. You got to get all the toxins out of your body from yesterday, or your body cannot feel good like it should. This is what it's all about. It's all about hydrate, clean, and feed your body, and then maintain it for the rest of your life. That's why at 57, I feel like I'm in my 20s too. Haven't been sick in 28 years. I have a 26-year-old son, hasn't been sick for 24 years. We don't even know what it feels like to be sick because we were taught how to build a powerful, robust immune system, how to maintain it so we don't get sick. It's just not part of our lifestyle. There's no sickness and disease in my family, none. Because, we have operating immune systems. That's what everybody needs to learn how to do. Life's too precious to waste our time just chasing after the money and ignoring our health, drinking and eating garbage. Why? That's crazy. Nobody in their right mind would buy a $500,000 Ferrari and then put garbage fuel and cheap oil in it or some Chinese aftermarket parts. but people drink and eat crap all day long. What the heck are people thinking? Makes no sense, but this is what I see Americans do every day. I don't shop in grocery stores. They sell garbage. I go to healthy Whole Foods stores, health food stores where they sell, top quality produce and meat and things like that. But if I do go in those places to go buy some toilet paper or some razors or something, what I see putting in the shopping cart, they're bringing it home to feed their children. The children don't have a say. Human beings in our modern world have been duped by multi-billion-dollar corporations selling us garbage beverages, garbage food, and it's destroyed the health of North America. So if you don't want to be a victim of all of that, reach out, elitedynamiclife.com, send me a request to contact you, and we can have a talk if you're committed to becoming a healthier, younger version of yourself.
Yeah. Owen, anything you want to say in closing?
Hey, like I said, challenge is out. I lay out a challenge for everybody to take it. If you don't believe that, you can feel young again, look better. Hey, something's wrong with that picture. So I laid the challenge out. I just want to see who's gonna pick it up and run with me with it. But I'm ready to see who's gonna take that, because something is going on psychologically in this world today that's affecting everybody. And if they don't take heed and man up and take control of their own health, it was nice knowing you. I see you on the other side.
So I appreciate both of you guys coming on. This is something that needed to be done, and I hope everybody hears this and that they will reach out to all three of us. So on that note, we'll close it out. So on behalf of me, behalf of Owen Beck, behalf of Ron Oliver, we appreciate everybody that would listen to this and reach out to us after you listen to it. On that note, we're out. Peace.
Peace.